Solving algebra equations is a lot like being a detective. Get it? You need to solve a mystery. You need to identify the clues and look at everything and make a plan. Start by determining the two sides of the equation, find the variable you need to solve for, determine the order of operations around the variable, and then use inverse and or opposite order of operations to isolate or solve for the variable. In this lesson, you'll see a lot of similarities with 2.3. First being the vocabulary has not changed. Then also, we've still got this cheat sheet or these rules for solving that we're going to stick by for this lesson. So just a reminder, when solving equations, use caution. Do not confuse with simplifying expressions. So simplifying expressions, that's when we use our order of operations. So when do you know to use this? If there's no equal sign, you're going to use your order of operations. If you're trying to simplify something on the same side of the equal, and we're going to get to that in the next lesson, then you use your order of operations. We're going to be solving equations, which this means we're going to move things over the equal sign in order to isolate a variable. So let's take a look at how this works. Let's start with the order of operations and simplifying expressions. We know that the first thing you do is doing math inside any grouping symbols. We usually call that the P in Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally, so in PEMDAS. Next, you're going to do any exponents. So if you have any mathematics to do with exponents, and that is the E in our PEMDAS. Next, we are going to do any multiplication or division from left to right. So that's your M and your D in PEMDAS. And finally, we have any addition or subtraction from left to right, and that finishes up our Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. When we're solving equations, you need to first off remember that everything needs to be done to both sides of the equation. That's using those properties of equality. Everything that happens to one side to keep the balance of the scale must happen to the other. So let's take a look at what we mean by inverse and opposite order of operations. We're going to take all of these and we're going to do the inverse, which means that addition and subtraction actually will be the thing we do first. So we're going to add the opposite of any term away from the variable of interest. Next would come any multiplication and division, so you can see it's green here. Divide any coefficients away from the variable of interest. And just remember the coefficient is any number in front of a variable. Next, we would take the roots of any exponent. So remember that an exponent, the opposite operation, the inverse operation would be like a square root or a cube root. And finally, you do anything inside the parentheses. So this could cause you to repeat and go back to step one. So if your variable and maybe some addition or subtraction is inside the parentheses, you might have to go back to step one. But let's take a look at these examples, and I think it'll help you understand what we're going to be looking for. Remember from our detective at the beginning, we're going to find that equal sign and discover the two sides of the equality. So we can see on our left here, we have 9x minus 7, and then we have minus 25. Our variable we want to solve for is x. So let's take a look at what's going on with x. We can see two things are happening. We're multiplying by 9 and we're subtracting a 7. So that means I need to do the first two steps. So I need to add the opposite of any term away from the variable. So I can see the opposite of subtracting 7 would be to add 7 to both sides of the equal to keep, or of the equal sign to keep that balanced. So here's what happens is that the 9x will be left by itself because 7, -7 and 7 will cancel each other out. So that's a property there. We're really using that property as a shortcut. -25 plus 7. Now, if you're not good with negatives, it's fine to use a calculator, but this is going to be -18, right? So that was step 1. Step 2 is the next step we need to do. It says divide any coefficients away from the variable of interest. So let's divide that 9. If I do it to one side of the equal, I must do it to the other. And the 9 divided by 9 is just 1, and 1 times x is just x. So once again, that's canceling. -18 divided by 9 is -2. Let's not forget, we always want to check our solution. So let's check into the original equation. So the original equation, 9 times -2 minus 7, does that equal -25? We want to know. Okay, we don't know if it's equal yet. -9 times -2 is -18 minus 7 equals -25. And that is going to check out. -25 equals -25. So we are good. So I'm just going to remind you about one thing here. It says start by inspecting the sides. Do you see how I inspected the sides? I looked, oh, there's multiplication and there's subtraction. I need to do subtraction or addition first, then I need to deal with multiplication or division. Just so you know, for this lesson, we're actually only going to be dealing with 1 and 2, maybe a little bit of step 4. I'm going to show you with example C. Now that I think you're starting to understand this, let's go a little faster with example B. So I'm going to draw my line down the equal sign, find my two sides, my variables right here. So what's happening to n? The first thing I can see is happening to n is it's being divided by 5, and there's also being a 4 added to it. So we're going to deal with the addition or subtraction first. So the opposite of 4 is going to be to subtract a 4 from both sides. Right, so using those canceling properties, 4 minus 4 would become a 0, so we don't need to worry about it. So that's a shortcut we can start taking. 0 minus 4 is -4, and that's going to equal n divided by 5. Notice I said n divided by 5. The opposite is going to be to multiply by 5. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. 5 divided by 5 becomes 1. That cancels. That becomes just n. 5 times -4 is -20. Checking our answer, I'm going to take that original equation. So we've got 0 equals 4 plus -20. I'm going to substitute that in, divide by 5. 0 equals 4. -20 divided by 5 is going to be -4. So I've got a -4 there. And we know that 4 plus -4 does equal 0, so that checks out. This video is getting a little long, so what I'd like you to do is try C and D on your own, and then I'll go over them in the next lesson.